8 days ago, Iran tried something brilliant. An Iranian general stood in a bunker and watched his ballistic missiles climb toward an American airbase. Inside those buildings, American soldiers, F-35s and their pilots. The F-35s parked, fueled, and ready for the morning sortie. The general spent 6 days working his way up to that shot. He was not ready for the disrespect coming his way.
Attention! This video is built from real, publicly available information, official government releases, DoD statements, verified footage, and more. Connecting those pieces into one picture is my own analysis, based on more than 30 years of studying American military engagements.
America and Iran are in an open shooting war, and for 12 straight nights, American aircraft have hit Iran, command centers, missile depots, radars, drone factories, on schedule. At this point, it is less a war and more a subscription Iran cannot cancel. Iran has tried to answer in the sky. The sky has not gone well for Iran, but one man in the IRGC Aerospace Force is looking at a map instead of the sky. He is a brigadier general. The drones belong to him, so do the ballistic missiles, and he has just found the one thing America cannot hide: an address. Stealth works on radar. It does not work on maps. Muwaffaq Salti Air Base, Jordan, 500 miles from Iran, easy drone range. The F-35 is nearly impossible to catch in the air. On the ground, it is a very expensive object sitting very still in a country that is not America. On paper, this is the smartest idea Tehran has had all summer. The general's logic is clean. Nobody beats the F-35 in a dogfight, so don't fight the jet, fight the building. Hangars cannot dodge, neither can fuel trucks. Runways famously stay where they are. Crack the nest and the campaign is over. His staff loves it. Nobody in the room asks any questions. Rooms like that never do. The Americans, he tells them, made one mistake. They parked their future in his backyard, and they got comfortable. Here is what the general is not thinking about. That base sits inside Jordan, whose pilots have spent years training to kill exactly the kind of drones he builds. American Patriot crews are living inside that fence line right now, and wrapped around all of it is CENTCOM, the command running the whole air campaign. That is the neighborhood he decided to throw rocks in. July 22. He sends the first wave, 4 drones, low over the desert, into Jordan. A probe, a knock on the door. In his operations room, 4 tracks crawl across the screen. Then Jordanian fighters arrive. 4 tracks become 3. 3 become 1. Then the screen goes quiet. Fine, he thinks. That is what probes are for. Then comes the real insult. That same night, CENTCOM flies Night 12 over Iran and publishes the summary like always. The summary does not mention Jordan or drones. His name is nowhere in it. He attacked the American war machine, and he didn't make the newsletter. The next night, Night 13 happens anyway. Same schedule, same targets, same bored tone. The general stops probing. July 24. The real package. Missiles and drones together, aimed straight at the base, the hangars, the maintenance bays, the barracks, where the jets sleep, and the people with them. Tehran announces victory while the weapons are still in the air. The hangars are hit. The base is burning. The press release lands before the missiles do. Then the actual numbers arrive. Jordan's count: 7 missiles destroyed, 6 drones destroyed, casualties 0, damage also 0. And the United States? Nothing at all. Washington does not even bother to argue with him. His victory has exactly one source, and the source is him. That is not intelligence, it is a diary entry. 4 days pass. The jets he is trying to ground are still flying. So on July 28, the general goes to the top shelf. Ballistic missiles. Not drones, not a probe. The most serious conventional weapon Iran owns, aimed at United States forces, timed as a surprise. Because if there is one thing the most watched sky on the planet loves, it is a surprise. Understand what this means for the people at that base. A ballistic missile does not cruise. It falls from the edge of space. The warning time is minutes, sirens, bunkers. This is the moment the whole war could change. The missiles climb. On his display, the arcs look perfect. For a few minutes, he is winning. Then the arcs come down, and short of the fence, One by one, they stop existing. CENTCOM's statement is one line long. Every missile was intercepted. His cheapest weapon and his best weapon have now failed at the same fence. The fence is undefeated. But here is the detail that ruins his month. Nobody says who did it. No country takes credit. No unit is named. Not Jordan, not the Patriot crews, not anyone. Nobody signs the work. The general fired the strongest thing his country owns at the United States of America. And the answer to what stopped it is none of your business. He cannot even name what beat him. His report has a line for cause of failure. The honest answer is possibly everyone. He needs something to show Tehran. Anything. That afternoon, he gets what looks like his consolation prize. American and Saudi fighter jets sweep across eastern Iraq and level IRGC-run weapons depots and logistics sites. There it is, he thinks, a reaction. Proof his missiles rattled them. He starts writing that version for his bosses. Then a US official talks to the Associated Press. Those strikes, the official says, were not connected to the missile attack. They were payback for something else entirely. More than 30 drone attacks on US forces and Saudi oil sites over the previous 3 days. Sit in the general's chair for a second. His ballistic missiles flew in the morning, and America spent the afternoon settling other bills first. His biggest attack of the summer got a fact check instead of a response. He got put on hold by a war. The real response comes the next night, and it is not confused about who it is for. July 29. CENTCOM opens a 2-hour window over Iran and goes to work. Dozens of targets, all IRGC. In his command center, the general watches his own map light up. Missile facilities, his missiles. Drone facilities, his drones. Command centers, his chain of command. Air defenses, coastal radars. Line by line, category by category. It is his entire week read back to him in explosions. He thought he was climbing a ladder. It was a shopping list. And CENTCOM went shopping. 2 hours later, the wave is done. And the campaign he was trying to stop, it never missed a single night. The F-35s he built the whole plan around are untouched, except in his own press releases. He never made them scramble, never made them move, never even made them acknowledge he exists. In Iran, the general delivers his briefing. Everything he fired was shot down. Nobody confirmed a single claim he made. The one American strike he took credit for was officially not about him. And the American target list reads like an itemized receipt for his week. Every weapon he reached for, billed back with interest. So great success. His superiors ask the only question that matters. What did the Americans lose? Their damage report for his entire week is one line, 0 and 0. His is 2 hours long. Subscribe for more stories like these.